All right. Welcome, everyone. We'll start in just a second. We'll wait for Brent to cue us up some awesome Castlevania music.
All right.
Elias, we need you to load your character too.
All right. I was actually replying to a message that you guys sent me about the art he's doing. He wants to know more about Elias.
Oh yeah, he got into about Chiefs, so
Do what?
Yuri. He was asking for a color scheme for Jeeves.
Yugo?
All the characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I already told him for Elias, no reds, no yellows, just blues.
Well, if you want those sprites recolored, you know, the plot twist, he will probably do that with no hesitation.
I feel that bugging him. He put a lot into the ones that he made.
No, it won't be bugging him. Just let him know what you'd like. Just say you got some new equipment or something, and he'd be happy to do that.
All right.
Especially if you told him this is the last time we'll bug him about it. But, you know, that's where that money went that you donated. I gave that to him for thanking him for that.
Aw.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Yeah, he deserves every penny. It was awesome. Less awesome for those who fell to their deaths, but to me it was pretty damn awesome. I loved that. I'm sorry it didn't record right, but that was that and the card reading. Those were two of my most anticipated ones, and those did not record right.
The card reading did.
No, Brent had to record it, and it's all from his perspective, which is better, but the echo was killer on that thing.
Yeah.
Oh, that was mine? I didn't realize that was my recording.
Yeah.
So, Ravenloft chat, right?
Yeah.
Okay. See how the adventure does. I don't think we've played that yet.
One sec, I need to turn the fan on.
Yeah, shit, I can turn the heater on here today. It's cold.
Huh. Let's see. What faction should I put these guys on? Put them on yellow. Because we don't know if they're bad yet.
Neutral.
Esmeralda's friendly. At least you have that.
Yeah, I don't see Esmeralda. Where's she at?
I'm back.
Welcome back. Alright. Well, I guess we can start now. I got everything set up. Last time we saw our adventurers, they had come to the Abbey at the top of Kresk. This is the Abbey of St. Markovia, where you've met some interesting characters. You have a hunched-backed flea man who can play the violin quite drunkenly. Several other fleamen guards that like snickety snooks. You have found the Abbot, which appears to be more than just a regular abbot. He has brought Ezek Strozny back from the dead after being convinced to do so by Alex and Jack. Esmeralda told Jack earlier that she thinks that the Abbot's crazy, and Elias has had a falling out with the idea that Strahd must be left alone, not understanding why something of God would wish this evil entity to exist and reign over this land. Elias stormed out of the room for a moment. Mr. Jeeves discovered and sneakily stole away a very impressive-looking whip, which he brought outside to show to Elias. Not a moment later, they entered back in, seeing that Ezek Strozny is now resurrected and alive, although naked. I think that's where we left off. So let's see. We'll start with Alexandra. What would you like to do?
First things first, she's going to take off Ezek's cloak and give it back to him.
All right. Would you like to approach him, or are you calling him over to you?
She's going to walk up to him.
Okay. All right. You approach Ezek and hand him what items?
His cloak and then hesitantly his axe.
He notices the hesitation. The shameful look in his eyes lets you know that something must have changed since he was last in this world. But you know that part of what was provoking him to be so crazy has been removed. However, only so much can change in a man that has lived such a life. He takes the axe and cloak from you, dons the cloak, and instead of wielding the axe, he sets it on the chair next to him. Why am I here?
Everything that happened was a direct result of our interference. Our presence here has already impacted this land and several lives in it, including yours. But everything that occurred, everything that you've done is behind you now. You're free now, Ezek, to live, do as you please. Just promise me one thing.
You say I'm free, but you don't understand what freedom is. I'll never forget the things that I've done and who I've been. I don't know how much of that I can change. What is this promise?
Don't waste the second chance that you've been given. Everybody deserves at least one, but not everyone is so fortunate. This is my gift to you. Your second chance, a new life, so make something of it. Hopefully something worthwhile.
Not long ago, I would have used this second chance to get more of what I wanted the most. But things are different now. I need time to think by myself. Where are we and why am I here?
This is the Abbey of St. Markovia in Kresk.
Kresk? I've never been to Kresk. I've heard of the Abbey.
We heard that the Abbot here was capable of resurrecting without madness. I figured this was my best chance to bring you back.
The Abbot says, madness does find those who return, but I can remove such. You've been spared. Ezek just nods in appreciation to the Abbot. And Ezek looks to you as if he doesn't know if he should sit down or remain standing or what.
Although I would suggest, Ezek, that you remain out of Vallaki. Your name's kind of not worth much there anymore.
Yes, perhaps I can find a residence here or in Kresk.
Where is Jack? His icon's not on the screen.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Jack disappeared.
I know, he just vanished.
Jack does that.
Jack, would you like me to put you back on the board, or did you just go somewhere where we don't know?
Yeah, put me back on the board. I have no idea where my token's gone.
All right. Done.
I'm on the map.
Welcome back. So Elias and Jack come in just to see this conversation take place. Mr. Jeeves, I'm sorry, not Jack. Mr. Jeeves, what would you like to do? This is the man that you skewered through the bum all the way to the heart with your rapier. Now standing next to the person that you're sworn to protect. There's the other Jack. What the hell?
Oh my god, there's 2 Jacks again.
Oh no, God! There's no stairs that he can throw her down, right?
I hope not.
But yes, I do remember the ending of Isak. I'm still trying to clean my sword, but other than that, yeah. I guess I'm gonna get a little bit closer.
You can move yourself.
Yeah, but I'm just keeping a close eye on him.
All right. Yes, he notices you eyeing him, and because you're the one who has slain him, the look that you get from him isn't friendly. But it's not openly. You don't think he's going to come across the table.
Good. I'll be ready for him if he does.
Good.
Elias?
So Elias is he's slowly walking forward. He sees Isaac. He realizes what's going on. He doesn't have anything to say about it right now. He's kind of shaking his head. But he does slowly approach the table, but from the other side, while he is unscrewing the lid of his canteen.
Okay.
So he comes around to this side of the table, and at this point he has it open, and unceremoniously he will approach.
Oh God, this is not gonna be.
Jack is approaching. What is Jack doing?
Jack is gonna stop his stupid ass.
Well, let's hear what Elias wants to do first before he's interrupted.
Jack.
Right now, all Jack is doing is approaching him, and in his head, think about it, only one of us needs to be the fool, and I've got dibs.
So if someone's paying attention to Elias, because he's not drawing attention to himself, but everyone's probably looking at him, what he's about to do, it looks like he's about to splash water on the Abbot.
Okay, so would you like to sleight of hand that? You're not trained in it, but you can make a dexterity roll to see if it's something that you can kind of conceal from your friends, if that's what you'd like.
Well, no, I'm not trying to really conceal it. That's not what he would do. He's kind of just going up there to do it.
Okay. All right. Well, Jack has obviously got his eye on you, and says what he says to you mentally. Does that change your action at all, or would you like to continue?
It gives him pause. You see, he stands there for maybe 10 seconds.
If this doesn't change, if you splash him and he does not burn, will you change your mind and try to speak again?
I just have to know, Jack. I need to confirm what this guy is or is not.
Very well, then. All of this from Jack to Elias was in his head. Anything from Elias back would have to be vocalized.
That was vocalized.
Okay. I assume it was quiet, though, since you walked to him.
Yeah.
It just looked like a friendly exchange. But, Elias, you can continue to do as you wish.
Alright. So Elias will get within this distance to the Abbot, and he will, not exactly drawing attention to himself, but not trying to hide anything either. He takes out the water that he believes to be blessed, holy water, and apparently is independent of the Abbot's, it being there. And he just throws it, a good splash of it on top of him.
Roll a d20 and add your dexterity modifier.
A D20 which modifier?
Just roll a d20, and I'll let you know Your dexterity is 0 anyway. Oh, that's great.
Wow.
You get it right exactly where you plan on splashing it, which is
at least somewhere where skin is exposed.
sure. That would be his face mostly. Uh,
God.
so
This can only go well.
This could have gone a lot better.
the abbot is splashed with water, and he looks very surprised. And he saw you walking up to him, unscrewing this thing, and then sloshing it right at him. It was basically like as if someone was going to slap you across the face and you saw it coming, but he just lets it happen. And there's no obvious reaction of it burning him or repelling him in any way. It causes no damage. He says, "Did you just splash me with water from the pool in Kresk?"
That is exactly what I did. I had to know.
"And what have you discovered in your experiment?"
My experiment has yielded that you are not outright a demon, which I thought you might be from your plans, but apparently you may be what you say you are. That is all.
"That's what it reveals about me, but what does it say about you?"
Don't mind me. I'm a man of my convictions. I know what I must do.
"Yes, and I believe that what you think that you must do is not always God's will. I know the will of God, and I believe that you are too dangerous to let survive."
Abbot, may I raise a point of order?
"By all means, my guest."
You say yourself that you have not spoken with the presence in quite some time.
"I never said anything of the sort. I can commune with God in my own personal ways. It's just not the same as it was before I entered these lands."
But did he talk to you then? Before?
"Of course. It's in the presence of God."
And does he speak to you now?
"I have just explained through my own methods of communication I can speak with God, and I know the will of God, for I have spent more time with him than this man here who takes rash actions without thinking of the consequences."
This man is as a child to you. Would you punish a child with death? Or would you try to correct a child's behavior?
"I will not let someone..."
Did not your own father, God himself, set forth the way of dealing with a child?
"Do not preach to me."
Forgive me, Abbot. I meant no disrespect. I did not mean to preach. Of course, I would never preach to one such as you. That seems redundant, among other things. I am merely saying, sir, that this man needs compassion, not the sword.
He is
I
a
have
zealot
known no more
of his...
holy.
He is a zealot of his own will, not that of God. If I let him leave, he could condemn everyone in this realm.
Or
Believe
he
me
could
when
do-
I say I will not let him, nor would any in my party.
Neither shall I.
He has many times chosen things he would rather not do, things I'm sure hurt him greatly to ignore, for the good of all.
It does me no pleasure to mete out such justice, but I believe that this is for the good of the land. I would ask that no one intervene.
You must know, sir, that if you do this, we will intervene. He is our friend, one of very few we have made, and it will bring us no pleasure to die by your sword. It's very bright, looks very painful. I don't relish what's about to happen, and I wish only that you would discuss this rather than leap to an action that may be rash.
Abbot, understand one thing, please, if you would. Notice the lack of shadow the man casts. He is not exactly himself. His shadow, part of his essence, was stolen by Strahd when we last encountered him. I do believe part of his confusion may lead to that.
Regardless, I can't let his confusion damn the rest of the land. I have given you this life that you had asked for. Do you not owe me at least one in return?
I will lay down mine before I let you take his, sir. But if he were to carry, perhaps, a seal, a sign of God's approval on him, would that not earn him some leniency?
He has splashed me with water that he believes is holy. I believe if he had any cards to play, they would have been played by now. I have made my decision. Does anyone else have anything to say?
I am not saying that he has no cards to play or has cards. I'm not bringing cards into this at all. I'm saying that he carries with him the Lance of Longinus himself.
Except he doesn't.
Yeah, it's not with him.
He left it with the ravens.
Goddamn motherfucker!
Sorry, Logan.
Mr.
Jack
Jeeves?
doesn't know that, though.
Mr. Jeeves, is there anything you'd like to do or say?
Other than pull out my bow? No, nothing right now.
Is that what you're doing? You're pulling out...
No, I'm not. No. I might have it in my hand ready, but no, I'm not.
Well, I need to know if you're readying a weapon in your hand.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
He
He's...
carries with him the Lance. Jack will have said that.
So Elias raises an eyebrow to what both Alex and Jack say. He doesn't reply to either one of them, but he does raise the point that the abbot here did call me back into this room. I assume for this very purpose. He does not intend to let us leave regardless.
I would let them leave. They are too foolish in their trust in you. I will not let you leave.
What if I were to say he does have a task to play, Abbot?
What task
as far
would this
as our
be?
understanding goes, you do need a wedding dress for that flesh construct, right?
Yes, this is true.
It just so happens that Elias alone knows where to find one.
Well, I'm sure that he would divulge this information now.
He may,
It's
or it
also
would be
entirely-
wiser. It would be wiser for us to just leave and go fetch it for you. With his life
It's
intact.
also entirely possible that he's the only one who could get it. The people don't tend to trust me.
That's a bluff. So,
I'm
deception...
complimented on Jack's behalf.
That's a yes.
Oh my god.
I can see that you wish to bargain for your friend's soul, even if it means lying to me. It is understandable
I believe I've
that
said I will lay down my life for his if it comes to that, sir.
it is regrettable.
Elias has walked to Esmeralda, and he intends to speak with her very quietly.
Alright, is that something you wanted to send me privately, or you just want to say it?
Oh, I'm going to say it out loud. If someone in the party hears it, I guess they can, if they're listening for it. But he's not trying to be heard.
Was my deception roll not high enough?
Well, the fact that Jack obviously lied kind of took over everything. I mean, even if it was the truth from you, because it's the lie from someone else, obviously, that is broken. Well, what is Elias saying to Esmeralda?
He says, you must know more about this man than any of us. I wish to know, is he some sort of evil or just insane?
It's been a while since I did a nice Valaki accent. Or not Valaki, but Barovian accent.
Vistani.
Vistani, yes, Vistani accent. Barovians, yeah, they're pretty much the same. I'm sorry, Esmeralda, that I can't breathe the life into you that you deserve.
I offered to voice sir.
No, that's fine, because you can't speak as she would speak, I suppose. She has to say the things that she would say. And she would
If
say...
you gave me dialogue, I could.
I believe that this thing is insane. Whether it is evil or not, I do not know, but I think it is dangerous.
Do you know if it's a divine entity, a real angel?
Yes, but so is Satan.
Fallen, yes, indeed. Good point. And what should we do with this thing?
She reaches for her weapon.
Oh, Lord.
Let me check her equipment before I say that, though. She's a magician, so...
I see you are thinking as I am. But
yeah.
Let us wait and see how my friends handle this.
She reaches for her rapier, and she draws it.
Oh, fuck.
Oh my.
Yeah,
Way
and
to go, Brent.
everything that she said about so is Satan, she's only a few feet away from the abbot. It's likely that he's heard everything that she said. And she said so to you with enough conviction in her voice to let you know that she's not afraid to fight for what she believes.
I'm cool with that.
Oh, Lord.
Motherfucker!
However, the abbot doesn't seem to change his pose at all. He doesn't seem threatened, and he doesn't seem quick to begin the to begin passing judgment on Elias.
You say you've made your decision, but you don't move to slaughter him, Abbot.
It is such a trivial feat. I don't think it would take much effort. I just wish that there was a way that the rest of you could see that there is more wisdom in the will of God than there is this one of your friend here that will bring destruction to us all. You must understand, I don't wish to harm any of you, but he cannot leave this place.
Then would you keep him here? Would you keep him here and speak with him?
I would,
There
but
are
I
no
do not
two
believe
more-
that he would. I do not believe that he would willingly stay. He would seek to escape the first chance that he found. Do not wish to babysit him, but he is welcome to stay here under my guidance until he agrees or understands my wisdom and the will of God.
Alexander stares pointedly at Elias.
Jack looks at Elias like awaiting his decision.
Are you serious?
I can think of no two more matched to discuss theology and redemption than the pair of you.
I think he's beyond it, sorry.
I think there's much you two could learn from one another.
As would I.
Jeeves, what say you?
Oh, man. I'm pretty tense because I'm close to Esmeralda and Elias. So I've been kind of paying attention to what they've been saying, and Esmeralda being, a student to. Oh, man. I think I'm going to ready a weapon.
All right, which weapon?
Well, seeing where I'm at, he's probably within 10 feet, right?
No, it's more like 15.
Okay, my bow.
Okay.
If you leave me with this man, this being, whatever it is, it's just as likely that he will slay me as soon as you all leave the room.
Would you slay him as soon as we left?
I doubt I could, honestly.
And Abbot, would you slay our friend if we left him with you?
If he tried to remain, no. If he tried to escape, Yes.
There need not be any bloodshed. Abbot, I beseech you, let us go retrieve the wedding dress. Elias could tell us where it is.
As long as he stays
We do
here,
this
you are
favor-
free to do whatever you wish, as long as you do not oppose Strahd directly.
If we do this favor, would it earn you his clemency? Would you allow him to leave if we were to grant you this?
You obviously do not understand the reasons that I cannot allow him to leave.
Yes.
The abbot is convinced that Elias will cause the destruction of the entire plane, of the entire world of Barovia, should he be allowed to leave. Although I'm not certain why the abbot fears for Strahd's safety from Elias.
One
given
man
that he
by
considers
himself,
real.
one man by himself is a trivial matter, but he, above all, should understand that it's not a person that falls that matters, it's the idea that can live on.
Then wouldn't you do more harm in making him a martyr?
A martyr to who? You?
Yes. And anyone I talk about it with. I can't kill you, but I'm relatively certain I can escape you.
The abbot looks at Alexandra, and he says, "You're the only one who hasn't drawn a weapon or spoken out exactly to oppose me in this decision. What do you think? Will you stand with me, or will you stand against me? After all I've graciously done for you."
Alexander stands there looking completely torn. These men are my friends, Abbot. I apologize, but I can't allow you to just kill him. If you were to keep him here, at least until he's seen the error of his ways, I would appreciate it most graciously. You have been a most magnanimous host, and I appreciate everything you've done so far.
I don't think his mind is one that can be changed over a matter of hours. It's more likely he will stay here and live with me perhaps for the majority of his life before I can trust him.
May I speak with him, Abbot, please?
Certainly. When you start to walk away, Ezek looks at you as if he wants to know if he should follow.
Jack looks at Ezek. Follow your lady. Go on.
He grabs his axe and follows.
Good doggy.
Brent, is Elias gonna follow? Brent. Okay.
Yes. What is it, Alex?
You have to change your mind, or at least convince him that you have. We can't allow him to kill you, but we can't just leave you here either.
Well, my lady, you know I'm not one for little white lies, and certainly no lies at all when it comes to matters of theology and God like this. I really can't do it in this dire situation. I would sooner die.
It is not a little white lie. Didn't you lie when you... She looks at Ezek as if not wanting him to overhear this bit, but... Didn't you lie to the Baron himself regarding the bones? You left out a great deal of information, willingly. Was that not a lie of omission?
It may have been.
Oh, don't quibble over details with me, Elias. You know very well it was. And you know how uncomfortable I was in that instance, and I still sacrificed in order to protect the good of the party. Make the sacrifice for the rest of us now.
Just as I had to remain quiet with Strahd, you mean?
None of us had a choice in that instance. He was going to kill us all, just as the Abbot is going to kill us all now if you continue to resist. We have to do what's right by the party, at least until we can set out to finish what we came here to do. Dying now would be fruitless.
Alexandra, I sense a great deal of power in Esmeralda. I think she is quite convinced that she can take this guy and has been waiting for the chance for some time. I think we can take him down. She seems quite capable and quite smart. I don't think she would be up for this if she didn't think she could handle it.
And if we all were to die right here and now, then what? What good would it do? What would it prove? That your connection to God is stronger than his?
Well, eventually we're going to have to take this guy out if we want to get rid of Strahd, period. He's not going to change his mind.
Him allowing us to leave would bypass that step entirely.
I think his convictions would clash with ours at some point, regardless.
You heard him. He never leaves here. What happens after we leave is not his concern.
It seems like his primary concern, Alex.
For now, for the moment, yes. What happens in the soon after? No.
Well, I will not guarantee that I can bend or flex or lie on my convictions, but I can agree to stay here if that's what I must do.
At least allow us the time to go retrieve the wedding dress. Talk to him. See what you can do. See what you can say. Please. Perhaps if we return with the dress, it will convince him that we don't seek to oppose him, and he may just allow us to leave, in peace, instead of in pieces.
Out of character, Jack is the only one that Esmeralda has told the little bit that she thinks taking out this guy is like key to getting rid of Strahd, right?
Well, she just told you that she thinks that he's insane and dangerous. That's all that she's really said to Jack too, I believe.
Well,
Unless
earlier on, like she said to him while they were together alone, is that she thought that he was key in saving this land, and then that she said that she wanted to kill him, which seemed contrary to that, and we only now understand why.
key into saving this land? Don't recall saying anything about that. I'd have to dig up the archives. But
That was the Abbot trying to convince them that the flesh golem was the key to saving the land.
No, it was Esmeralda that said that to Jack while they were still together, like on the way, either in the room or on the way here. Like, because Jack asked to clarify that because it sounded like he was going to help the whole land somehow. But
Logan,
instead,
refresh my memory if you can.
I'd love to, but in this instance I cannot, because I don't remember.
His mind is too riddled with angles to remember that sort of detail.
Well, anyway, like he's not in the conversation with Alex.
We're speaking out of character, and your point is that she said something about how the abbot was crucial in the salvation of this land when I don't remember saying anything about that. Out of character. I don't think that...
Yes.
If that happened, it was a miscommunication or a misunderstanding. She clearly, it was my intention to clearly convey to Jack that Esmeralda thinks that he's crazy, and she wants to kill him.
Okay, all right. Well, it's kind of immaterial. I'm just confirming that if that was said, only Jack would know it anyway. So it's whatever.
Elias, please. We stand a much better chance if we could just go get the wedding dress. If we were all out of this place and only one of us came back to retrieve you.
Okay, you raise a good point. I will give it my best shot. I cannot guarantee the outcome of what will happen. You may have to talk to Esmeralda herself. She seems ready to fight.
If we must speak to her as well, then we will.
The abbot
Nice
looks
walk
to
back.
Alexandra and says, "Have you decided to stand with your friends or stand with me?"
If it's all the same, Abbot, I think our friend Elias here would choose to remain.
Is that true, Elias? Would you stay here until I'm convinced that you're no longer a threat to this land?
I remain a threat to this land. I will not change my mind, but I will stay here for the safety of my friends.
And for how long?
That I do not know. But I will do what I must, as has been requested of me. As you know, as you are well aware, I'm sure, my mind will not easily bend on this.
Then you may stay here as your friends retrieve the wedding dress that I require. There's no time to waste.
Elias sighs deeply and looks at the others to his right.
We will make haste.
Thank you, Abbot. Your generosity knows no bounds.
For the good of the land and the will of God.
I would like Mr. Jeeves and Jack Motley to roll insight.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, not too smart.
That's okay. Mr. Jeeves, you actually, and I would have given the other two characters a chance to do this as well, but you're first to notice, Mr. Jeeves, that that putting trust in the abbot's words seems a bit off. Even though he has an amazing charisma score, you think that he's trying to convince you to leave now is a bit untrustworthy. It's just the impression that you get.
Elias mentions as much earlier that he thinks they would just kill him when you guys leave.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna advise my cohorts that I don't believe the abbot.
All right.
He's gonna-
Esmeralda is now invisible. You saw her
Oh, well,
mutter a spell real quick, and she has completely disappeared.
Alright.
And I know I can make her disappear on Fantasy Grounds. Somehow. It's actually very easy if I just remember how to do it.
well, this evening has not gone as planned.
Heck. There it is.
There she's gone.
All right.
First things first, Alex is going to turn back to Ezek and whisper. I'll just PM you, Mike.
Okay. What is everyone else doing?
I'm not moving.
Jack's looking at where Esmeralda was and thinking, God damn motherfucker, this is about to go horribly.
move over here. Just flank easy. Just in case.
Okay.
Hang on.
I still haven't got a PM. I'm waiting for a PM.
I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
It's a long whisper.
That's what she said.
That insight roll is just to see whether or not I think Esmeralda's about to attack or is doing something else.
That's more up to your own personal insight rather than the dice roll. With the information available to you. Good night, sweetie. Love you.
But Alex,
Well, I think she's about to attack. So, this could go very poorly.
Well, virtually no time
Okay.
has
Or
passed.
Or she could have just said, fuck this, and noped out and left all of us here to die.
Nah. I hope Alex whispered to Isaac and she said, this is pretty normal, get used to it.
Well, no matter what she said to him, you just see that Isaac tightens the grasp on his axe.
Jack looks at Alexandra, looks back at where Esmeralda was, looks at Jeeves, looks at Elias, very clearly asking, what do you think is about to happen?
Alexandra just cracks her neck.
Yeah, there's no time to ask that question. Everyone roll for initiative.
All right.
Oh man.
I should have done that before. Oh well. Next time.
You know, in character, Elias should be sooner than that, but whatever.
Why is that?
Well, 'cause-
He's been on edge.
He's been on the edge of the whole time, yeah.
Did you...
Yeah, I think
wa-
you should have gotten initiative with a bonus.
Well, I mean, if you wanted to ready an action, that's fine, but other people could have readied actions as well.
Well, he wouldn't have ready in action because Alexandra talked him down from being aggressive.
You're just bitter because you have a 4 for your initiative.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm sorry. The Abbot has a 5, so it's not much of a difference. Yeah, I think that whatever you would have done would have been countered. I don't think that there would have been a real advantage over him initiative-wise. But, okay, first up is Esmeralda. She is going to, from the stairway, you do not see her, but that's where it originates. A giant bolt of lightning arcs at the Abbot as she begins the party. So you don't have to wonder about what's going on, because Esmeralda is now shooting lightning. Let's see, this does... requires a save, so let me get that done first. It's a dexterity save, I believe? Let me check. Lightning bolt. That's Elias. I pulled up the wrong sheet.
Yeah, if you want to give me a lightning bolt, I'll take it. Yeah, you know.
No, no lightning bolt for you. I'm sorry. Yeah, kitty, I hear you.
Lucky. Wait, is there a cat in the room? Can we throw it at the Abbot's face?
All right, spell DC is
Lucky will rub his leg to death.
intelligence.
An angel is murdered by a mauling.
All right,
Damn.
Alexandra, this is not the other Abbot.
That is a 21. And because it's lightning bolt, what kind of DC is it? It's probably reflex. It's probably dexterity. Oh, just 14. Does that work? Yes. Why did it have advantage? Oh, that's why. Okay, the lightning bolt glances him. And it does half of this amazing damage, which is only 13. You see lightning bolt slam into the chest of the abbot. His form resumes his entire angelic appearance. And instead of a sword, he bears a mace. That's just a nice picture. Put that up here. All right. Mr. Jeeves, it's now your turn.
Good. It would have been really cool if Jeeves had given Alex the whip ahead of the fight. Just saying.
This whip's not gonna hurt him. Alright. I'm gonna try and take a shot from here.
Go ahead. It's a hit. You see it does a good bit of damage, however, you can also tell that he partially resisted the piercing.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
Yeah, I'm gonna move.
Alright, getting close.
I'm gonna pull out the whip on the way around.
Okay. Alright, Jack, your turn.
God damn it, Elias. Okay, bonus action. Jack casts Hex at the thing. At the Abbot. It does not look like it allows a save. All it does for 1 hour is anytime I make an attack against him, I get to roll an extra d6, and he gets a disadvantage on a check of my choice of ability.
Yeah, what
And I
spell
choose
slot?
charisma.
What spell slot are you using?
That is a level 1 warlock spell.
Okay. Is that the slot that you're using?
It's the only slot I can use for that.
Okay.
But I choose charisma.
All right. He will have disadvantage on charisma ability checks. And the casting time on that was a bonus action, so you can still
bonus
do
action.
something else.
Yep. Jack points his hand at him, reaches his hand out as if towards the mists, and shouts, Fulminos Benite!
And then what happens? We have a miss of Eldritch Blast.
Double miss, fuck! Well, two very impressive bolts of lightning shoot out of his fingers. Black lightning. It's not actual lightning damage. That's just how I want it to look.
That's fine.
And miss around him.
All right. Unfortunately, they both miss. Do you have enough time to move, or is that the end of your turn?
I should have enough time to move.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go to the opposite of where... One is up, one is down, right?
Yes, that's the down one. The up one is the lower part of the map, and that's the one where you saw the lightning streak from.
Well, whichever part of the stairs it looks like Esmeralda was on, I want to be on the other part of the up staircase.
It looked like she was on the second stairs on the lower part is where the lightning originated from.
Call it about right there.
Okay. How was it that you did 2 Eldritch Blasts?
Second level. Or 6th level as a character. You get 2 beams.
I see. Okay. Alexandra, your turn.
Abbott, I'm sorry. This isn't how I wanted things to turn out.
Then join with me, my child, and you shall leave. When all this is done, there's only one that must fall.
I can't just abandon my friends.
Once he's dead, I'm sure you'll come around to my way of thinking. See the logic behind leaving with more life than you currently can if you oppose me.
I just don't see that happening. I'm sorry. And time to try to disarm him.
How much movement was that?
Oh crap.
That's about 30.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, she can hop the table, right?
With a check, sure.
Which check?
Jump,
Acrobatics
sure.
or athletics?
Either one you like. Yeah, no problem. The table just cost 1
Then,
extra
yeah,
square
she
of
got-
movement.
Which is fine because she only needs 10 for her whip range.
All right. That's a hit. He succeeded on his concentration check. So you do
It's
not disarm.
concentration, it's strength. It's a strength save, not a concentration.
Well, he rolled a 14 and...
That's not high enough.
Well, he rolled a 14 plus 4. I'm just checking the plus 4 part. Because strength... Yeah, his strength is at plus 4. So he successfully makes the check against the...
Damn it.
I wonder why Fantasy Grounds automatically went with concentration instead. I don't know why.
Yeah, that really was weird.
But it
Okay.
it rolled at least something that he had plus 4 of appropriately. But yeah, your hit actually damages him. You think that he resisted part of that attack, however.
Alright, time for a trip instead then of a disarm.
That's a hit. Brent, can we get some more bossy music?
Okay.
Alright. So, again, he partially resists the damage from your whip. But,
Did he stay on his feet this time, or did he fail the check?
he successfully... well, what kind of save is that, just to be sure?
Strength save, DC 16.
Same thing, yeah. He did resist it, so...
Damn it.
Sorry.
That's alright, that's my turn then.
A couple of wick cracks definitely damaged the abbot a bit, but he looks like he has barely been scratched. And it is his turn now. He fully focuses on Brent. Elias. I'm sorry. I just like saying Brent. He flies up into the air across the table easily and lands before walking closer to Brent. He wields a mace and swings it to connect with Elias. Let's see if that actually hits. Well, Brent's usually really hard to hit. And he misses the first attack. The second attack with his mace comes at Elias, sorry. And guess what? It misses as well. Amazing. I rolled 9 both times, plus the modifiers. But, yeah.
Damn strong, Elias!
Yes, Elias, you think you have his full attention. It is now Ezek's turn. Ezek is going to flank the abbot. And he's going to raise his battle axe. Slashing and...
Yeah, now you're cheering for him.
Slashing and connecting with his battle axe. The damage also looks partially resisted. But apparently it thinks that there's a concentration check going on for the abbot. What does it think that he's got going on? Don't know. Weird. Oh well. Now Ezek gets a second attack, I believe. Let me double check.
He got 2 when I was fighting him.
Then he will here too. The battle axe comes up again. And also hits the abbot. So now he has even more wounds that look like they are partially resisted. So although you think that you're doing damage to him and making progress, you think it's going to be slow. It still looks like a very dangerous fight. Elias, it's your turn. You're flanking, so you'll have advantage here.
It's too bad because I'm still looking through music trying to find the perfect song, but
It's fine. This is good.
Well, since I'm in melee range,
And we kick it off with Vampire Killer. This is great.
All right. He made the successful save. So...
right. That's for Thunderous Smite, so I think that just resists him being pushed back. Let me make sure.
Yeah, I think it is too. So, is it half damage though? I guess that's the next thing we should worry about.
I think that's just for being pushed back. It should be the same damage. If I hit with the attack anyway.
It is a hit, I believe. Let me double check here. Look at all this. Did you roll an attack or?
Not yet. I'm about to.
Oh. Huh. Oh, okay. I see. You probably should have rolled the attack first to see if it hits, and then cast the spell. Right, because that's a miss, so all that other stuff was unnecessary.
Also, you just have to take an effect off now or something like
It has to hit him to affect, right? To add the lightning damage or thunder damage.
Yes, that is correct.
Right. So your sword misses him. Is there anything else you can do this round?
Not per se, but well, as he's doing that, he will say, "Don't damn me, Jack. It was your new lady friend that started this off. You remember? But I was going to fight this man."
Throwing Esmeralda under the bus. She says,
You men of God are all so stubborn you can't stand to see yourself in others!
He's got a point.
right in front of Jack, you hear Esmeralda say, "This thing needs to meet its demise. I'm glad that you've decided to join in the fun." And then she cast another lightning bolt.
Believe me, I agree. Thank you.
Thunder cracks once again into this chamber. And we'll see here. Lightning bolt once again. Dexterity save. Come here, Abbott. I need your sheet. Dexterity. Oh, he made it. So that's half damage again. Good song. Thank you. Did you pick that just for me? Or is that random?
It's just the Adventure Rebirth. I've been looking for a boss song while this is playing.
Okay. Well, you know, End of the Day is like one of my favorites. But Lightning Bolt for the damage here is once again halved. So 11 damage.
Holy, that was a lot of dice.
Yes.
Hopefully they're all sixes.
No. There were a couple of sixes in there, though. So
That
to
looked
be
like the same amount of dice there were when Ezek murdered Alex.
Lightning Bolt's pretty powerful. But yes, the lightning streaks and lands glancing into the Abbot once again. It looks like he takes it with pride that the light doesn't even really make him flinch. He just takes it, and it does. You do seem it has some effect, but not upon his resolve. It is now Mr. Jeeves' turn.
Okay. I'm gonna get back within 10 feet.
That's quite a trek, so count your movement.
Yeah, well, I have the what's
The bonus actions for your thief stuff. To dash.
Cunning action.
Can you dash over a table though? I guess you can use your normal
I dashed
movement and then
around.
dash. Okay, that's
Yeah,
fine.
Right.
That's fine. Yeah.
So bonus action.
I forget how mobile you are. You are insanely mobile.
Well, how high is a table, honestly? Any one of us in real life could jump it, so come on.
The next time we meet, I'll want to see you do that.
I can jump a table.
I will wait until I see it.
So because he's flanked, does that mean I get advantage on the attack? That's what.
Yes. You get your sneak
attack.
attack. Yeah. Well, how close are you to him? What are you using? Bow?
10 feet.
Oh,
Yeah,
you'll
no,
need to be
I'll
within
put
5
the whip
feet.
out like that. For the whip?
Yes. That whip.
Uh,
It's not like a normal
that's
whip.
10-foot range.
That's a mistake. It's a 5-foot range.
It looks shorter than a normal whip, yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely shorter.
Was I supposed to get advantage on the hit? Because I didn't roll that.
Okay. Well,
What?
Yes, I said that you had advantage when we started that.
Yeah, I forgot. You said he was flanked. I didn't do that. That's fine.
Well, go ahead and make another roll, Elias. It's fine. I'll allow you to make one to hit roll and see if it hits him.
For Elias?
Yeah, he didn't use advantage. Oh, wow! Look at
Didn't
that.
matter. It didn't matter.
Wow, dude.
let's ignore that.
One's
Okay,
out of the way, so that's good.
I'm
Alright,
feeling
so-
I'm feeling generous. Just give me a better song. Come on.
Oh, come on.
So not
I have
realizing
one
it
ready.
was,
Well,
so
play
yes,
it.
not realizing it was 5 feet instead of 10. Let's assume I ran to where I'm at right now.
No problem.
Why are
Lashed
you using
out.
whip?
Lashed out my fancy whip.
So,
Yours.
Mr. Jeeves produces a whip that only Elias has seen before. And I will once again show this whip. I don't think anyone else has seen it, so
I have.
Yeah, he pulled it up last time.
That's what she said.
oh god.
Did we lose the bot?
We did. We lost the music bot.
Yeah.
Way to go, Brent. You killed it.
Did the bot leave?
Yeah, the bot just fucking left. The bot was like, nope.
Screw y'all, I'm out. Peace.
Screw
Oh,
you guys,
I just
I'm going too.
I said that to your private message. I'm sorry. Where am I? The bot appears to be in there. Looks like it to me.
It just now came back.
Huh.
Apparently sending the summon PM to me worked. I don't know.
I don't know
I never
either.
saw it leave, actually. Yeah.
It did. It poofed.
Whew. It's getting hot in here. Give me a second.
Oh my god, Mark, really?
What? I didn't say a thing.
Come on, bot.
I know what you were singing.
There's my pink whip.
Oh my god.
The whip is not pink. Oh.
Shut it, Logan.
Okay, so you produce this scourge and slash it into the flesh of this angel. You can tell that there's a bit of resistance to this as well, almost as if his flesh has a resistance to this whip in particular. You do hit him, so you can roll damage. Just roll the damage into the... Well, no, just roll it onto him like normal. His Fantasy Grounds is pretty smart. It should do its thing.
Trying to use radiant damage against him.
Okay.
Light doesn't make sense.
Yeah, a total of 22 damage. So that was just as... That's amazing. Good job. 6 plus 6, 12, 13, 15, 16 plus 6. Did it... Yeah, okay. So, 22 before it gets modified. Next up, if you had nothing else to do, will be Jack's turn. Did you have anything else to say, Mr. Jeeves, before you passed on?
No. Unless I don't have any movement left, so I'm good.
Alexander eyes the whip and glares at him.
Let me go get some boss music. Hold on a second.
I'm trying. It won't do anything now.
Dance of Illusion. That's because the bot left again. Now it's back.
I've been trying to play Insane Aristocracy.
Hold on.
That's a nice one hit.
I think I got it.
No,
Okay.
it's just queuing. It's not playing anything.
It's thinking about it.
It's been thinking for a while.
Okay, I'll just restart it. How about that?
I did that too.
No, I mean restart it on my local computer. It's all being ran off
Oh,
my...
gotcha.
My laptop's running all this stuff right now.
Yeah, I tried what Sunraiser's trying to do.
Now that we're an official Discord server, we actually get higher sound quality options, but I think that would only lag us out even more if I turned up the fidelity of our bot or this channel.
Yeah, it sounds fine when it's playing.
Logan, what was that roll for? Oh, never mind. I see.
That was me almost completely failing on another roll.
I noticed.
Okay, I don't think it likes that song. Can we play something else?
I tried.
Use the link that I posted, Mike. It seemed to cooperate with that one.
It acted the same with all of them. The first one I posted was an extended one, and the second one was 3 minutes, so it didn't seem like either one of them.
Oh, okay.
I've got one more. Hold on.
We've broken enough tempo here. Let's just play. Alright. So, Jack, what would you like to do?
Well, I sent one, I hit with one of my Eldritch Blasts, and then I'm gonna quicken another Eldritch Blast at him.
Alright, that one's a miss. That one's a hit. And previously, it was a miss and a hit.
Yes, 8 damage total. Now it's 18, and I got a d6 left.
Okay. Roll the d6, I'll add that manually. Ooh, 5.
Better.
Alright.
Because the fun thing about Hex is it adds a d6 to each blast beam, not just for the spell itself.
The angel looks at you when you hit him with this, and he says, "You are all fools, and you will die with your companion." It looks like you...
Does it look like he resisted mine?
You can't tell, but you think that he's damaged enough now to where you might actually have a chance. Alexandra, it's your turn.
I think you got his attention.
It looks like God has abandoned you.
Yes, provoke him. That's going to work. That's going to wind up great.
That's exactly what Jack is going to do.
Provoke him and get cocky. That's not a great idea.
I'm the one who can get away better than any of you, so yes, it is.
He can fly probably faster than you.
Yeah. All right, so she's going to get back in range.
Oh no,
She's
I got
going
more
to-
ways.
All right, she's back in range, so she is going to try to whip him.
With advantage, since you're flanking him.
He's flanked on both sides.
Ooh, that's a hit.
For minimum damage, though, damn it.
Yeah, and it looks like he resisted some of it too. What next?
Great. Well, she's got 2 attacks, so I think she'll switch over to the rapier this time.
Alright, don't
I
forget
seem
the
to do more
advantage.
damage with that for now.
That's a hit.
Oh.
Seriously?
Wow.
Alright. Well, together they make a decent hit.
At least she hit him.
Yeah, you're definitely making progress. And pissing him off, too, as he raises his mace once again and brings it down at Elias. This time with even more fury. And misses the first, because Elias is just too OP with that AC.
Oh, it's just smiling inside.
He finally connects with a hit, though.
Oh.
And Elias, you feel, for the first time, radiant damage.
That was a lot of dice.
22 points of damage as
Oh my God.
he caves in some of your bones.
Jeez.
Hope you have your healing spells ready, dude.
Ezek raises his battle axe in response, and he has advantage.
Keep in mind, the angel's firing off 2 of those every round.
All right, so the first attack misses, but it's with advantage, so it misses. If I'm rolling like this, let's see if this works. Oh, it does work like that. All right, the second is a hit, and the axe slashes into the abbot for a good bit of damage. Looks like he resisted part of it, though. Elias, it's your turn to respond to this brutal attack.
Heal
Okay.
yourself, holy man.
I will not do so yet, Alex. I am compelled to deal with this thing.
Bear in
Alright,
mind,
don't
Elias,
forget
if you die,
advantage.
I have no way to bring you back.
Yeah, go for the advantage this time.
This thing is what you become if you go too far.
I'm starting to wonder if 5th edition is advantage for flanking, or if it's just another AC bonus. There's the bot. What the heck was taking
It's
so long?
finally started?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's probably just my shitty internet connection, guys. That's a hit.
Or it starts when the angel's finally worried he's not going to win.
All right. 10 damage. Looks partially resisted, but were you going to use thunder? The what was it that you used last time?
Yeah, there's an automatic thunder effect with the sound, so quite loud.
Huh. So the attack hit, and you got the thunder damage. I'm just trying to make sure that that thunder damage was included in that. It was, right? You got...
Yeah, it is. I'm just trying to like apply damage that shouldn't be resisted. Hopefully.
No, it was resisted. Or you can't tell if the thunder part was, but you can tell that your long sword.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I know the slash would be because it was resisted with the whip earlier and everything else. So. Thunder, hopefully not.
What? Stuff is like. Oh, you you went ahead. Okay. I was typing something on his damage, and it jumped, made me do something different. Okay. Yes. The abbot looks like he actually might be in trouble, and it will be Esmeralda's turn next. And she is going to hold her turn. And Jack, you may feel the creaking around you as you sense her pass down the stairs. So, not holding her turn, she just moved and did something that you can't tell. Next up is Mr. Jeeves. It's a miss.
Oh, good lord. Damn it.
Anything else? Did you do that with advantage?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I
Yeah, it
rolled
dropped
the
a
same
6.
number.
Yeah, well, you dropped a 6 and rolled a 7.
It's terrible. Terrible, terrible.
That's because it's not
No.
yours.
Oh, hush, lady. No, there's nothing else I can do.
All right. Jack?
Oh, wait, jump right to Alex.
Jeevers Keepers.
Stick to the rapier. You seem to do more damage with it anyway. Okay.
Alexandra, were your eyes always green?
Her eyes aren't supposed to be green.
But you're so jealous.
He usurped her fortune.
Logan, you with us?
Yeah, but my fantasy grounds isn't working. Fire off another pair of Eldritch Blasts. Well, one, but 2 beams.
Alright. Let me look at this. Make a ranged spell attack against the target. Have you been doing that?
Oh. Yep.
Huh.
2 ranged spells because it's 2 beams.
Alright, and what's the roll for that? Is that just your dexterity only?
It's like a ranged attack. So it's, I think, Dex plus proficiency.
Oh, it does get proficiency, doesn't it? Let's see. 6 plus 4 plus 3? So I rolled a 6 plus 4 and then plus 3 for your proficiency, is that right? So 13?
Yes. Miss, and then a second one.
Do they come with advantage for flanking?
He's not flanking anyone. If
It's
anything,
not
you're providing
advantage, but
cover.
it's
Okay.
it's not for advantage. It has 2 beams that go off of 2 separate
Yeah.
casting rolls.
And the second one hits. So the damage on that's 1d10 of force damage.
1d10 plus 3 force damage plus 1d6 necrotic. From Hex.
I understand the hex, but what was the plus 3 from?
My charisma bonus. One of the abilities of my class.
Okay. So another d6 as well? Oh, I rolled a
No,
6.
it's
The necrotic damage is right.
awesome.
Right, so... the d10 was a 3, plus 3, that's 6, plus 6, that's 12 total.
Yes.
Alright.
And then Jack's going to shout something to the effect of, "How's this for the will of God?" And then he's done.
The abbot flies up to the as high as he can in this room. Let me just check the ceiling height here. It's a large 50-foot square room with arched leaded glass windows, and this is actually a pretty spacious area. He's a good 15 feet up.
So is that an attack of opportunity?
Oh, because he left your threatening range?
Mm-hmm.
Never mind, he doesn't fly anywhere.
Nice try.
It's only from 4 people.
Yeah.
Hey, that gives us an attack now.
Yeah, so he's not going to do
Sorry,
that. Oh
Already
boy.
said that.
He's gonna take it.
Let's see, he's already
Did
used
you
a lot of his
seriously just
healing.
skip my turn.
You did.
Oh, I did, yeah. I did
You
skip your
literally
turn.
skip my turn.
I don't
a
know
good
how I
move,
did
dude.
that. That's weird.
Yeah,
Okay.
after my turn, it jumped to Jack, and then.
It said turn Alexandra, and then I didn't hit the
I know,
button.
Logan was having issues on his end, I think, and it just jumped right past Jack into me, and then you hit skip, and it went back to the app.
I didn't hit skip, though.
I didn't hit skip either. That's
I
weird.
skip. I didn't skip on mine, and it went straight to Alex.
Okay, well, Alex, it is your
Anyway.
turn.
Anyway,
Time to try to trip him again.
Okay.
get in.
With advantage still.
That's a hit. And he resists.
Damn it.
What? I need to roll something for his. It didn't automatically do it for whatever reason. What's your save DC and what does he need
It's
to
a
roll?
strength DC of 16.
Yeah, he resisted that. That's okay. You still get your extra damage in for it, right?
I should have done fucking strength.
Yeah, but still.
Yeah, you should have.
Yeah,
Instead of
What?
charisma, would have made a big difference.
the hex.
Oh.
All right.
I got another hex.
Alright, well, I have another attack, so might as well get him with the rapier again.
That's another hit. All right.
I think I'm gonna burn an action surge too for another attack.
Good. He looks like he's stumbling now.
Alright, burning action surge. Gonna hit him with my last combat superiority, try to trip him one more time. Actually, no. I'm gonna try to disarm him.
Okay. That's a hit. And
Wow.
what do I roll? Strength again?
Strength 16.
He failed. So
Yes!
you have knocked his. You've whipped his. Well, what are you using? Your rapier?
My whip. No, the whip.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
can't disarm with a rapier, just the whip.
Sure, you can disarm with your rapier. But you whip out of his hand his mace. It falls to the ground. He also drops to one knee, and it looks like you've snatched off one of his wings.
Wow.
He says, "You will all spell the doom for this land. You know not what you do. Lord, forgive them." And he tries to heal himself.
Oh shit, no.
Does this go off of charisma?
Elias, pick up the mace now.
Yes,
Yeah,
but
that
it's
makes
off
sense.
of checks. It's off of ability checks.
Which is what hex does.
Yes,
Forces disadvantage on ability check.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, healing is his spell. That is a although his spellcasting may be. You don't have to roll a check to try to cast a spell unless it's like a concentration check to
Okay.
maintain concentration. Something like that.
Then I picked the entirely wrong thing. Oh well.
Let's try.
Yeah, healing is pretty much automatic if you can cast it.
That's all. Let's see. I think that's all you can do. Because how much does that time? How much time does that take? It's just from a touch. What is it? Instant? Let me check. Oh yeah. All he has to do is basically touch to do that. It doesn't even count as an action. With that, he'll raise his no. I don't think he could use that and then grab his mace and make an attack. It's going to cost him one of his attacks.
Yeah, I think it's either 2 attacks or 1 spell, probably.
Well, I'm going to say it's like
Elias,
his use
grab the
item.
mace.
It's not his turn yet, but he picks
I know
the mace
that,
up
Officer April, whoever's talking to me.
and he grabs the mace and swings at Elias, but misses. He won't get his second attack because he is too busy healing himself and grabbing his mace. Ezek's turn, and Ezek is going to, with advantage, slash at him with his battle axe.
Wait a minute. So, what did Alex disarming him like affect in the round then?
He missed one attack.
So you're saying if I heal someone, I can heal and attack?
He is not casting a spell. He's using an innate ability. It has no casting time. It's basically instant.
Oh, it's like a...
As long as he
it's
can
something
touch
that-
you, he
okay.
can heal you. And he has the ability to do that so many times a day. He's already used some on Ezek and Alexandra. But that one
Okay, so it's
he's
like,
got for himself.
it's like the paladin lay on hands then, basically.
Well, I don't know. That might cost an action to use it. This doesn't.
Okay, well, never mind.
Because to lay on hands, you may have to... I don't know. I haven't read it. But it may require you saying a prayer or something real quick. All he simply has to do is touch someone, and he can do this instantly. So he touched himself. but it would nullify, I think, unfairly the effect of the successful disarm. So I removed one of his multi-attacks to do that, which I think
I'm a
Okay.
bad
is fair enough.
influence on
That's
you
fair
guys.
enough.
Ezek,
Well, no, I'm always like this.
Ezek rolled a critical hit.
Nice.
And it looks like most of the damage that he had healed has been
Reinflicted.
reinflicted. And that's only Ezek's first attack.
Way to go, Ezek.
That's the angel's creation skeleton.
He misses
And
the
you
second.
guys were, and you guys were rolling your eyes at having me resurrect him.
Elias, the angel in front of you looks wounded and is praying for God's forgiveness upon all of you for what you're doing.
Elias does not seem to have any forgiveness to eke out upon the angel because he's not very impressed with him. He will reach out as the angel is distracted by Ezek's attack to do the spell inflict wounds to impart necrotic damage upon his flesh.
That sounds like an evil priest thing. Can clerics do that for a good aligned god?
Yeah.
Huh. Okay. Why not? Old
I've
school
actually used it
stuff.
before.
I know, just I didn't know you used it before, but in old school D&D, I think it was different. I'd have to check up on this. I don't want to break our tempo, so let's just go with it.
In old school D&D, you could turn a paladin.
It is a level 1 necromancy spell. It's within the pool choices of clerics, though. We'll say there is a mite of frustration and darkness in Elias at this time.
Well, he is missing his shadow.
Hmm.
Yes, Elias is using necrotic damage to kill an angel!
That sounds more effective than radiant damage. It's a hit.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the main reason, because the slashing wouldn't hurt him at all very well.
Hold
Should
on.
hurt pretty good.
Roll it again.
Why? That was a hit.
Yeah, he may have magic resistance.
So can I roll it again with advantage?
No. That would be rolling it 3 times total.
Okay.
Oh, actually, that's why it did that. I was wondering why it didn't. You have advantage, and his that's why it's been doing that. They're canceling each other out. Yeah, that's a hit.
So don't roll the hit again?
No, don't. The advantage and disadvantage nullified each other. Okay, that does it. Elias, you have knocked this angel unconscious. How do you want to portray this?
Elias reaches his hand out to the angel as he's wording some of his prayer to interrupt it, and he says, "Hush, you creature! You are no angel no longer. You are fallen and you are lost. You should leave to the ground, leave this realm, and leave us to do the will of God."
And when you grabbed him for inflicting this with this touch attack, where did you grab him?
On his shoulder.
All right. Well, he screams in agony and then falls unconscious, slumped on the ground. You believe that he'll bleed out on his own if his wounds are not attended to, with a slight chance of recovering by himself, if you afford him that opportunity.
Take his head.
Elias will not give him that opportunity. Definitely doesn't like this guy.
Okay, so are you gonna...
Elias! Let me do it. Don't stain your hands with this.
A good point, Jack. I am quite lost with a bit of frustration at this guy. I'll let you do that, yes.
You, leave the room. All of you.
As
You're just crawling into the fireplace.
I'm gonna go get
Who
my
wants the disc?
straight to the disc. As soon as combat ended, straight to the disc.
Whatever. I don't care about your soul team. You're old enough to have it if you want and not. I'm not gonna fuck with that.
Where's the Vistani woman?
She's right next to you.
It is done, my lady. I'm sorry this went this way.
Well,
Sure, she's not.
yeah.
Jack kneels down beside the angel, and he pulls out the silvered short sword. He leans down and says, "Pax." All he says is "Pax." And then he puts the silver sword into the angel's heart.
All right. And for good measure, Ezek brings his battle axe down and splits the angel's head in two.
Well, what Elias means by when he says he's sorry is that it took so long to actually kill the thing and fight it. not that they had to fight it.
Took so long. You guys did great. I was worried.
No, I mean to start the fight.
Oh, okay.
I was really, really worried after I saw the amount of damage that thing was doing.
Yeah, it only landed one hit, and it was for 22 points of damage.
Tend to yourself, Elias.
This damn creepy Corliss did a worse job.
I just didn't roll well for the Abbot.
That's okay.
I don't know why you're apologizing for that.
Yeah, and I do need to look up 5th edition rules about flanking and see if it's just AC. But,
Well, it was also 6 against 1, and one of us being very strong.
Yeah. And getting a double
Jack is
attack.
still kneeling beside the angel. He looks legitimately sorry that the thing is dead.
Yeah, Alex isn't too particularly thrilled either, but it is what it is.
He looks up at Elias. He was our best chance.
He chose his fate, unfortunately.
And your arrogance will choose yours for you.
None of you know. None of you could know. Jack rubs his forehead.
What's done is done, gentlemen. Shall we be on our way?
Jack looks at Esmeralda. I don't suppose you have a way of fixing a mighty mage's head?
I do not believe that I can fix anyone's head. I break heads. That's more my style.
Does the name Mordenkainen mean anything to you people?
Of course.
I
And what do you
like
mean
her.
by you people?
I'm talking to all of you. Don't take it all upon yourself, Vistana.
There's no need to yell. Is he always like this?
There is great need to yell in this instance.
He does,
Usually.
He does talk quite loudly, yeah.
He's always rather
I
animated.
found Mordenkainen.
And we found somebody better.
She smiles.
Jack looks at Alex like she's stupid. And then he seems to spits for a second. Are you Esmeralda is a mighty mage and has proven her mettle Mordenkainen is one of the mightiest the world has ever seen.
And from what you tell us, he's absolutely lost his mind. Esmeralda here was part of the fortune.
Something the angel could have fixed.
The angel was insane and was going to kill us.
Esmeralda here was part of our fortune. I don't recall Mordenkainen being in there.
The angel was... Esmeralda was part of yours, points at Jeeves. Your fortune.
Right.
As he's
Speaking of
stuffing the
fortunes,
golden
Jeeves.
disc into his bag.
Speaking of fortunes, Jeeves, I think you have something that belongs to me.
Like what?
Like that fancy whip I saw you using against the angel. Hidden behind the golden disc, no doubt, that bore the image of the sun.
Indeed. As I pull the golden disc down off the wall, I'll throw the whip to Alex.
That matches the weapon paired with the whip of Longinus that was written in the Tome of Strahd. That and the spear are the two weapons that he put away to use against Strahd.
Esmeralda, have you gotten a chance to look around here while you've been here?
No, I haven't been here very long.
Then I think it may be worth it to actually give this place a decent going over. We've found a number of things already. Who knows what else might be hiding here.
The creatures here are quite foul. I don't wish to waste time here. If we don't think that they will bother the villagers below, then we should probably move on.
Hey, Mike.
Yes.
I tried to drag it out of the party sheet and it vanished.
Aw, it's gone. No more whip.
No, don't you dare.
It vanished. Poof.
And no
Jeeves
longer
was handing it to her.
That's not even close to one.
Has it been removed from your inventory, Mr. Jeeves?
Yeah.
Alright, then I'll drag it over there. Hold on.
And did you add the sun disc and the extra candelabra that were on the table?
Does this work like this? Sorrowful misery. There you go. It's now in your inventory. And let's see, for the loot. Go to the loot page. And don't just grab all of this treasure real quick. I know you've already got some of this stuff.
Yeah, I got the potion of healing, and I got the gold. I got the candelabras that came out of the cubby hole.
Did you get 4
Yeah,
total?
everything else.
Yeah.
Alright, then just take the sun disk out of there.
Okay.
Also, I think it might be wise to destroy the angel's creation, assuming it has not already been destroyed.
Yes, I was just thinking, Jack, speaking of the creatures of this land, we still have the matter of the angel's homunculus with us.
I see no reason not to destroy it and put the bodies of those women to rest. Even if that's just dumping them off the side of the mountain.
Would you mind examining the thing, Jack? What exactly is it?
Honestly, yeah, I kind of mind. It's disgusting. It smells. It's not pretty. It's abomination, and I don't use that word lightly. It's parts and pieces of women and mad angels stitched together. Who knows how deeply he went? Did he check for freshness? I don't know, and I don't want to know.
And you guys were gonna trust this guy.
No, I was gonna trust him for about the next, 2-3 days, maybe. Long enough to go, fix the mighty wizard, then go assault Strahd. after we killed him. I'm just mad that we can't fix one of the best and brightest minds magic has ever produced.
Quite happy living as a crazy deer.
Of course you're happy. He resurrected your fucking boy toy.
Wait, what? That wasn't what I said, but okay.
I know that's not what you said. That's what Jack said.
But that has nothing to do with what she... No,
Shh. Jack.
She said
My
that he would be content living as a crazy deer.
yeah. Talking about Mordenkainen, not the angel.
Oh, I know. But still, of course you're happy. He resurrected your fucking boy toy.
Where is this wizard you're talking about? Jack?
She just glares at Jack.
North of the lake. I highly suspect he's under some kind of mind thing. I don't think Strahd could have killed him outright. I think Strahd crippled him.
Interesting. If this is a powerful wizard that opposed Strahd, I wonder if it's one of the same that that led the villagers against him quite a long time ago, and we see the procession of them at midnight.
Potentially.
It must be. I can think of no other.
Likely the same one firing lightning bolts into the lake and killing all the fish.
Ezek says, yes, it would take a great wizard to do what was rumored, shooting the lightning to kill the fish. Makes sense.
Oh, it's not that hard. I killed fishmen with lightning once.
Killing the fish with lightning. I wonder if that was on purpose, and I wonder if it also brought about that issue with the sacrifice to the water that the man dumped the girl in to try to get the fish to come back. Interesting.
I don't know. Why don't we go fix him and ask? Oh, wait! We can't.
Esmeralda says, it would be nice to stay and take care of the creatures that are... And when I say take care of, I mean get rid of the creatures that abide in this place. But there must be better things for us to do. And Ezek says...
There are a number of better things to go do.
Ezek says, this would be a good place for me to rest and collect my thoughts. If you need me to eliminate the rest of the residents here, I'll do so, or I will leave them be and simply reside here if they do not bother me.
Yeah, you be the new abbot. This seems like a good place for you, for now at least.
I think the creatures here do deserve some matter of rest and peace. If you wouldn't mind, Ezek.
Like any of you have any right to ask anything of him after what you've done.
He
After
killed
what we've
you.
done.
Hang on. Jack turns to her and says, "You ungrateful fucking brat!" He has a second chance at life. What are you on your third?
Preach!
You have no idea.
Jack
the
is
things I've
quivering in
done.
rage.
You have no idea the things I've done and faced, wizard.
I thought your insanity left you.
Oh, it's not insanity speaking. We can stay here at each other's throats all day, or we could move on and do what we set out to do when we came here.
Right.
We came quite well out of a great struggle here. It's a wonder we're all still alive. We should be grateful and move on.
I agree.
Yes, by the will of God, right?
By our own will.
A will. We'll leave it at that.
Where are we going?
What more do we have to accomplish in this land aside from taking out Strahd?
We can cleanse the remainder of the sites. We can try to kill the witches. We can try to march on Strahd now, though I don't think that would end well.
Nor do I. I say we continue on cleansing the sites.
Cleansing.
And we could possibly find out the rest of their locations from the witches.
Although I'd kind of like to rid the world of them too at some point, but
Naturally.
there are a number of potential were-ravens at Baba Lysaga's hut.
And what of your werewolf rival, Jack? We think we have the general location of him, don't we?
Yes, I have a potato for him.
But
Jack
were those
produced
ravens,
a potato.
were the ravens being held by Baba Lysaga, or were they being held by Carmilla?
A good question.
Would it matter? Doesn't she need to die too?
She does.
Are you
Allison-
confident that we could kill her now?
No.
Then it would seem that the next course of action should indeed be trying to cleanse the sites. At some point, I'll deal with the werewolf, or we'll deal with the werewolf. I don't care. I'd also like to see if we can find the rest of the wine, Maker's Gems, because I need a fucking drink.
I almost think I do. I also need to retrieve the Spear of Longinus from the Blue Water Tavern, folks.
So then a trip back to Blocky is in order.
Anywhere but here. I'm still tense.
While we're there, Isaac, is there anything left in town that you'd like us to retrieve for you?
No. I'd rather not see anything from the place.
I'm sure you'd like some more clothes.
I'll manage.
But the first order of business...
Jack went out.
I think it was on purpose.
Nice.
The first order of business should be putting the abomination to rest. By which I mean the corpse guard, not Ezek.
Alex rolls her eyes.
Jack, that's quite enough. I sense something a bit different about our friend Ezek here. So the first order of business for Elias is something maybe unexpected for the party. What he does, he produces the axe of pruning and shows it to Ezek and tries to hand it to him.
Well, if I could send this old axe off, perhaps rid myself of the memories attached to it, it would be nice to have a different weapon. And he'll accept
Indeed.
the axe. He offers his axe in return, in trade.
Yes, so Elias hands it off, and then as he does so, he explains the nature of the weapon, that it does extra damage to the evil plant creatures of the area.
Let's hope I don't run across any, but we'll see what this abbey may hold in store. If you return sometime, I may have treasures here that I've found in my examination of this area.
How does the Ezek and the axe react to each other, Mike?
It requires someone good to potentially wield it and make a successful attack that doesn't hurt them. I think you would have to attack with it for it to have a chance to stab him with its thorns.
Okay, well, my motive in this is like to see if the axe accepts him or not, if he's like had a change of his alignment.
Ezek, could you do me a favor and cleave the angel's head, please?
He already did.
Off of his body, not just down the center.
Hold on, let me look up the axe again. You know, Elias, if you're trying to gauge his alignment, can't you sense his, or sense evil or whatever? I mean, isn't that a paladin thing?
I can divine sense, but that's just for
You can't detect evil? Is that not a thing in this edition?
You can, but detect good and evil has, like, you can detect a fiend or you can detect an angel.
I mean, it just says the presence of strong evil registers on your senses like a noxious odor, and I don't think that's quite what would happen if he was an evil person.
Right.
It's more like more like ghosts, vampires, demons, undead, and stuff like that.
It does have a demonic arm still.
Yeah.
Even the better for the test of the axe, then.
I'm trying to find the axe. Can you just throw the axe into the chat window so I can see its properties? Thank you.
Sure.
Alright, let's see here. When the axe hits a plant, it takes extra damage. When a non-good alignment wields it, it sprouts thorns whenever they make an attack. Okay, yeah, Ezek slashes down into the corpse of the angel once again, and you see him wince for a second. He pulls back his hands and you see blood. He says, "I don't think this axe likes me very much." Hands it back to you.
That is unfortunate to see, Ezek. I know you're struggling within yourself the demons of your past. It tests people when they swing it. If you would like, if you think you would continue to have a change of heart and maybe to search things out, you're welcome to keep it and see if you can come to some kind of peace with yourself, and perhaps you could use this thing. I would invite you to visit the lake lower in the town, and perhaps that may be a good place to find peace. I would hate to take this from you early before you have a chance to turn your life around.
If you wish to leave it here, I'll accept your gift, but I'll require my battle axe. I can't be distracted.
I will give you that as well, and I will also grant you some gold to get you on your way.
I don't believe I'll be spending any gold. You may keep your coins.
Enjoy your self-flagellation.
If you're sure, then. I'm sorry things happened the way they did, but I can tell that something is different about you.
I'm not quite sure what to say. It's all been too much, too soon.
I certainly agree.
Just take the gold. We just delivered some wine to the taverns.
Meanwhile, Jack goes to see if he can find the homunculus.
What? Oh, the flesh golem?
Flesh golem.
Yeah, it's a fancy word for a fake person.
Yeah, but homunculus is usually some byproduct of magic. Not. Yeah, not.
And how else would a corpse be rocking around?
Well, if you read the Flesh Golem manual, you might find out.
Flesh Golem manual?
Yeah, if you search around her, I'm sure you'll find it.
Ew.
Honestly, that's probably something Jack would do and hang on to for later, but...
Sure, okay. Well, you find an instruction manual on how to construct golems out of flesh.
Does it say how to take control of them?
Yeah, it does.
What does it require?
A bit of study. You can discover that in your own time, when you have time to study up on such things.
Alright, Jack hangs on to the manual for now, and is there any problem with just removing the sewing and taking her apart that way?
When you look into the book, you can see that she would probably defend herself if attempted to be destroyed.
Do you have a name? Do you have sentience?
She doesn't answer.
wave my hand in front of her face.
Jack, I believe she is like the others that don't have a soul here.
You think it's pretty typical for golems to act like this. She kind of reminds you of the golems that pulled the chains to lift you up in Van Richten's tower on the elevator, as if made for specific purposes and can only take simple instructions.
Jack crooks his finger and says, "Follow?" ?
She doesn't acknowledge you.
He starts walking away. Does she follow?
No.
I don't want to have to fight something else. But we can't just leave her here. Jack takes her by the hand and starts trying to walk with her up the stairs.
Let me see how she would interpret that.
Just gently.
We know she can walk at least. Mike, should I just delete the stuff I'm apparently giving to Isaac, or what?
Yeah.
Isaac, excuse me.
Tome.
Tomb. His name is Frank.
What?
Oh, come on! I sent you that video from Anger Management. Remember? They keep
Jack
he keeps
Nicholson?
calling he keeps calling Adam Sandler's boss Fran to try to get on his nerves, and finally Adam Sandler just loses it and screams, "His name is Frank!"
Huh. Which room is it that you saw her in?
I thought it was right here in the dining hall.
Oh, it was,
sitting
yeah.
at the
She was sitting at the table, yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, speaking of Isaac still being naked, Alex does still have a direwolf pelt in her inventory. She could just leave that for him to construct clothes out of.
It looks like she conforms to being taken by the hand and guided somewhere. She moves in a stiff-jointed gait, as if not completely in control of her body. It looks like her dead flesh is an ideal container for some sort of spirit that inhabits her.
Elias, follow me, please.
Certainly, friend.
Jack will lead her up to the battlements as if taking her to the Abbot's, back to the barracks where he found Esmeralda.
Okay. There you see bunk beds.
Then he will speak into Elias's mind. On 3, we hoist her over the battlements.
Oh, that's brutal.
The battlements would be kind of outside that room, next to all the scarecrows.
Is there any problem with leading her there?
No.
Then there we go.
So, Elias, are you helping throw her over the side?
I can't think of what better to do with this thing, so... Alright,
Isaac liked dolls, so...
we're not doing that.
1, 2, and 3.
Oh!
Alright, over she goes. She eventually hits and
so
tumbles. Parts of her begin to fall off as she continues to tumble down. And wherever she lands, you're not sure if that has ended her existence or not, but she doesn't appear to move.
Log rolls downstairs, rolls over and...
God.
Sorry.
That's okay.
All right, Sally.
Ren and Stimpy
so sorry.
references are always welcome here. All right. So, where are you guys going to head to next? What's going to happen? About to wrap up this session.
I'm gonna grab the scroll that I left on the the mantle place.
Okay.
Last session or the session before.
Good thinking, yeah.
Did you add that to your inventory?
I did not.
Yeah,
Did Ezek,
that was
accept or
found
refuse?
downstairs.
Did Ezek accept or refuse gold?
He refused the gold.
Okay.
You don't have the idea that he's going to go down to Kresk. He's going to stay up here. And no one comes up here. Which is kind of perfect for what he wants. Areas of the Abbey. Let's find that.
Did anybody have a bottle of wine to leave him?
There's plenty of wine here.
Okay. There won't be by the time they get back, I take it.
Here we go. Jack, I'm just going to drag that straight into your inventory. It's a Scroll of Heroes Feast. And it's there. Alright, anything else before we wrap up?
Did we find out what's downstairs?
Jack did. That's where he found the scroll.
Okay.
But it appears to be a large abbey. It would take some time to explore all of it. Ezek said that he has no problem exploring it for you and reporting back any treasure that he's found. As he takes care of the residents. How do you want him to take care of the residents?
Bring an end to their suffering.
Elias would agree.
Okay, so the thing that's squawking and tied up on the post outside and all of the other things that the violin-playing flea man said that he would rather starve. Just let them all die? Or take them out?
That doesn't seem very good.
No, the Fleamen are not inherently evil, from what I understand.
So they'll be under
Just
Ezek's
inherently
care?
dumb.
Or he can just ignore them. And let them go about their business.
Yeah. How was the violin playing one finding their food?
Are you asking me?
Yeah, did we know that?
You didn't ask him.
Well, I think we would give Ezek instructions to not end the curious fleamen because they seem to be independent to some degree. If they would go on their own devices, independent of the abbot, and not cause him trouble, then there's no reason for him to cause them trouble.
All right. He understands perfectly to all of the non-dangerous creatures here to leave them be.
Anything that has some quality of life, just let it alone.
All right. I think that's a good place to wrap up unless anyone had anything else.
Nope.
I would ask, so we're in possession of the whip now. I'm curious what it's all about. Do we all get to see the description of it, or is it like something that Alexander finds out once she adapts to it, or what?
It does require a tuning, but...
Yeah, it requires a tuning, but you can do a religion check on it right now, Elias.
Cool.
It's not letting me link it. That's weird.
Ooh, excellent. You put together that this is the in the Tome of Strahd. It was mentioned that launching this
I
head.
pointed that out anyway. Yeah.
Right, and you believe that this may be. Where is the description on this? I already wrote it out. 1 second.
Oh, and Alex rolls higher than the holy man. Wow.
I only have a +1 in religion because it's intelligence.
So do I, dude. What's your excuse, really?
Well,
Because it's intelligence.
this is what you discover. God in the flesh was flogged with this weapon. As it has tasted the blood of the holy innocent, it cannot be denied the flesh of lesser beings. Therefore, no flesh lesser than the divine creator may resist the sting of this weapon of sorrowful misery.
Wow, so both weapons have had the blood of Christ.
Yeah. This was the whip, the scourge used to flog Christ.
Whoa.
And I was beating an angel with it.
Yep.
Not your toy.
Jack hands the scroll to Elias. I think you would
Is it a?
be the bearer of this.
Is it divine or arcane?
It's a cleric spell.
Yeah, it would be better off to him.
What is this?
Although the cost listed for the scroll is, well, I like that, but
All right.
it's a scroll.
I will remove that from your inventory and give it to him. All right. Now you have a scroll of Heroes Feast.
That sounds delicious. We should have a feast before we leave.
No.
You haven't seen any food here.
That is not a
that might
proper
not be
use for
your
this
problem.
scroll.
We probably should leave Ezek some food. And no, not the dream pies. Put them away, Jeeves.
One was stolen, and at least 3 were eaten. And one was forced down a demon's gullet at one time.
I got plenty left.
Alex has got 5 days worth of rations, so she can part with some of that.
I have 8 pies left.
No way. Let's see. You start out with 12,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, you
Let's
can
see.
have
12, 11,
I tried
10,
2,
9,
one
8,
pie.
7. You got 7 left.
How'd you think of that?
Well, you took one and crammed it down the dretch's throat that was coming out of the cauldron, right?
Wait, what?
Yep.
And then, oh, that's actually you have 6 because didn't you give one to someone in Valaki? Like, maybe you didn't.
No, I don't think so.
I don't recall that. I think we just talked about it and threatened.
Okay. Yeah, but it was the one on the dretch, the 3 to the flea man, and the one that the flea man stole from you.
Regardless, Alex is going to leave her rations behind. She can buy more.
Okay.
I'm tempted to leave him a pie, but maybe not.
No.
All right. Well, that's where we'll conclude our adventure. I don't know where you're going to head next, but it'll be interesting to find out next week. Until then, everybody have fun.
Same Kablam time, same Kablam network.
We really shouldn't have done as well in that as we did.
I agree.